BodyBags, where heart lies.
Hey, what's going on, BodyBags? Andrew here. Welcome to week 201, I believe it is. I have a good review today. Movie I've been meaning to review here for, I'd say, a couple weeks now. Or been meaning to watch for, well, not a couple weeks, a couple years, actually. It was on Netflix, and I never got it when it was on that run there. And, bought it, just blind bought it. Thought I'd really like it. But, it's The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Now, if you've seen the original Town That Dreaded Sundown, basically killings are happening in Texarkana, and there's this whole investigation into it, and that's mostly the half of it. The big draw to that film was its narration and the fact that it made it seem so real. If you hadn't researched it or anything, there was really nothing that would tell you that it was a real, wasn't real or anything. Like, you would think that it was actually real. So this one here, everybody knows that it's kind of fake, but this has a very this one here has a very Scream-like telling of it. It's very meta, very, very meta. So this takes place in Texarkana. They watch the original Town That Dreaded Sundown every year. It's this yearly tradition and stuff like that. And then all these killings start happening. Basically, it plays out like a remake and a sequel at the same time. So it exists in the world where the Town That Dreaded Sundown happens, but a lot of the same killings happen and things like that. But I think the Town That Dreaded Sundown was I can't remember if it specifies whether the Town That Dreaded Sundown original was just a film or if it was a movie made on kind of like the Stab films in the Scream franchise, how they were made from real life. Not entirely, I can't remember if they specify that or not. But yeah, so this one, the big difference is that there's no there's no investigation. So there's no I think they do investigate, and you see some investigating, but there's no that's not the main characters of the story. It actually follows this girl played by Addison Timlin, who I think this is her only horror film, I want to say, and she is pretty much I think this is her only horror film, I want to say. I've seen her in other things, but she gets attacked at the beginning of the film, and then killings start happening, and she keeps getting attacked, and it's all big. She's the final girl. This plays out more like a traditional slasher, which I did like. In reviewing the aspects of this film, honestly, this is a top 5 shot slasher film ever. This has so many unique camera angles and so well shot. It feels like it wants to be very artistic. It's very artsy. And I love that about this. It's had so many unique, camera angles and everything like that. The way they shot this film was just beautiful. It looks so fantastic. The killings are pretty brutal. There's a kill that's in the original that's in this one that was the most famous from the original. So you probably, if you've seen it, you know which one it is. So they actually show that one this time, though. And so, it's pretty brutal. It's really, I love this film. I loved every minute of it. Where I think the original drags a little bit, and where it really relies heavily on the investigative aspect of it, which I'm okay with. I just don't really find it all that interesting all the time. And it was done fairly well in the original, though. This one here just plays more like a traditional slasher and has a very interesting cast. They are all, I recognize most of them. The one kid's from Last House on the Left remake. I cannot remember for the life of me where the other kid is. Trying to recognize some of the other faces. Oh, the one guy's Reese Bobby from Talladega Nights. He's in it too. Really good stuff. Couldn't recommend this higher. If I were to give this a rating, I would give it an 8 out of 10. I really thought it was a very solid watch. it got a little, it slowed down a little bit pacing wise in the middle, but I still thoroughly enjoyed this film. It's a very above average slasher film. I really recommend watching this one. I'm surprised it's not that much more talked about. I would consider this a more underrated film. Yeah, highly recommend it though. All right, that's going to do it, guys. Thanks for watching. And yeah, so I will be back next week with another random review. Peace.